Good evening, everyone. Before I just jump right into this video, I just wanted to let you know that the span time is about a week's worth of videoing and working in my van. Thankfully, the weather has been a little more cooperative than it has been, though it has cooled down a little bit, but the humidity is still quite high. And that's worse than the heat, really. But anyhow, I hope you enjoy this episode. It's all about insulation installation. So anyhow, enjoy and thank you for joining me. Well, guys, I know I'm getting old, but it is hot out here. So what I'm trying to do is put the insulation in the ceiling. And what I'm doing is I'm measuring and trying to retain that, which is a real challenge. And then I go inside and I cut the piece. And hopefully later this evening I'll be able to come out and attach it to the ceiling. In the meantime, I've had so much trouble remembering my length across here. So I brought this skinny little piece out and I am going to tape it up and get those measurements, and hopefully that'll help me retain at least from here to here, which shouldn't be a problem, but it is. So I had my piece cut to the width of this panel, which is 25 inches across. And I brought it out and tried to fit it, and I tried to fold it over at this end so that I could take it back in and cut the excess length off. By the time I got inside, I was so miserable. Everything just went out the window. And the doors. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to take my painter's tape, which does not leave a residue behind, supposedly. Well, I've used it before, so I know it doesn't. And I'm just going to tape some of these pieces up and hope they hold long enough for me to get done what I want to get done. Easier said than done, of course. Well, this may not be the idea. This may not be what works. I'm going to just continue stretching it over to this end, and I'm going to cut it right there, and that should give me the length that I need. Hopefully this transfers to the other piece easy enough. You can see the tape is not working, but that should give me an idea of how long I need it. I hope this works. I do not like working in the heat, but who does? Yeah, who does? You see, I have these fancy measuring sticks. I've got my yardstick. I've got a ruler. That isn't working for me. I don't know, maybe because I was never good in math. I can add and subtract, I can multiply and divide, any of that other fancy stuff. And you would think that adding and subtracting would actually help me on this project. And maybe if it was cooler, it would. So right now I'm going to see if I can make this fancy measuring thing work. So you can see I need to take off this much. Oh, I'll even use my measuring tape. I need to take off about 8 inches. So this is where I use the yardstick, not to measure, but to get a straight line. So I'm going to try, well, I need my pen. Well, my black felt tip marker grew legs and walked away. I don't know what I did with it. This is why I don't like working when it's hot, because I just don't think well. But anyhow, I managed to dig through my supplies and I found this really old marker. I hope it's not all dried up. But in the meantime, what I've done is I laid my yardstick across, measured my 8 inches. First I measured them wrong, but then I realized my mistake and went back and fixed it. But I'm going to just make a little line right here. Oh, I've got some color showing anyhow, so that'll guide me with my cut. And that worked. I am so glad I have central air in here, because otherwise I don't think I could do anything at all summer. Either that or I have to move to North Pole. But anyhow, now that I've got that line drawn, I can get that out of the way. By the way, that's where I threw my other marker, and it disappeared too. So quit throwing things, right? So the important thing too is make sure you have a good pair of scissors. These were fabric scissors that I had bought from Joann's Fabric several years ago. I believe they are Fiskars, and they are wonderful. And now that I have got that hopefully successfully cut, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to call Jazzy in and have a little bit of lunch. And rather than continuing on with this heat, I am going to just wait until this evening. It's the problem. I wait till evening to do everything when it's a little bit cooler, and I have so much to do that I get overwhelmed because I don't have time to get it all done. And now that it's starting to get darker earlier, it makes it a real challenge. So, I mean, between mowing the lawn and doing the trimming and building out my van and trying to keep my house clean, yeah. So, thank God for cooler evenings. I think maybe I will even learn how to do this during the night, since I don't sleep very well. I need to just retrain myself on how to do that. So here I am a week later. I got nothing more done on the van, but today seems to be a much cooler day, so I am going to really give it my all in trying to get some insulation put in. I think I'm going to start around the wheel wells first, because that's the part that I need to build out first so I can get a bed put in there. But hang with me and we'll go through this process. For starters, I have to keep moving my van around to move it into some shade so I can have a little comfort to work in. Let's get started. This is the part that I'm going to start working on today. I want to get the insulation put in all those little cubby holes. And then I can put a wall up behind the wheel well and then build the wheel well. Hopefully I can get both sides done today, but I don't think that's going to happen. If I can get one side done, I'll be happy. So let's see how we progress. So for this part of the installation, I am using that denim type insulation that I bought a while ago in that huge bale. And I'm pretty sure this will be good enough for behind these wheel wells. I've already got this wall insulated with a Thinsulate, and I have the Thinsulate insulation cut for the ceiling, and I will be doing that a little bit later. Since I'm going to want to work on the wheel wells first, I decided I better get this part done, and I'm going to try to get this side done today and at least get started on the other side. If that doesn't work, just hope that I can get this side done today. That would be awesome. I know I should be measuring everything. So I'm going to try a 24-inch length here to go up and down through here and just see how that works. And I'll just kind of eyeball it. No need to be precise with insulation like you do with wood. Let's hope these scissors will do the job. Oh, maybe not. Wonder if I can just... That's a lot of thickness to go through, so I will get it figured out. Meantime, you don't need to watch all this. I will be back after a while. Well, I think I got it figured out. I realized that once I got cut through just this top layer here, I could easily just pull it apart from here. And I think that's just going to have to work. So, onward I go. So, I've got it cut. I sprayed a little bit of glue in there. And now I'm just pushing this denim up in here. But anyhow, I'm just going to go with this piece for now, and I'm happy with that part. This piece might be a little bit tricky. I probably should have done this in two separate chunks. We'll see. Yep, two separate chunks it's going to be. So actually what I'm ending up doing is just ripping it into several chunks and sticking it in there. While I'm working at stuffing the insulation in these nooks and crannies, I happen to turn around and there's my supervisor. Look how happy she is. She says her mommy's doing a good job, but her mommy's going to give up for a couple of hours and come back out this evening when it's a little bit cooler, okay? Yeah, it's time to quit for a bit. Well, I'm in the air conditioning and I feel a little bit better. At this point, I'm just going to go ahead and get my lunch, and then I will go back out and work on the insulation. And I'm not going to film any more of what I'm doing. I think you kind of have the idea of what needs to be done. I also have the idea that I need to put a mask on before I continue on, so I will be doing that. I should have done it earlier, but I don't think straight sometimes until I get into the mess, but I got it now. And now it's never too late. So I will be back, I hope later this evening, to show you how far I have gotten on my installation. Say that 3 times fast. I have the insulation up on the ceiling except for this piece. I know I need to cut around those blobs there, and I just don't have it in me to do it this evening, so I can finish that up tomorrow. I did get the nooks and crannies in this wall insulated. I haven't touched the other side at all yet. That'll be tomorrow or well, not the next day, but it'll be by the end of this week. But I am going to wrap this video up at this point, and I'm going to give you a review of what I think of this denim insulation. I have no problem with the fact that it has no itching to it whatsoever. It's easy to tear apart, actually, rather than cut it like I was trying to do at the beginning. But I found that tearing it into chunks really worked quite well. The drawback to this is it is really dirty. And I don't mean dirty type, but just all the fibers that break down into this fine dust particles. And I thought I could wear my mask to help while I was doing it. As I quickly remembered, during COVID, I couldn't wear those masks. I couldn't breathe through them. If I was just sitting and breathing, it's one thing, but when you're working, and with my breathing issues as it is, I had a difficult time breathing, so I'm just going to pray that God keeps me protected from all these dust fibers. I've got a lot of cleanup to do. For now, I'm just going to blow all this dirt out of here. And I do know that I have a little bit of Thinsulate left that I plan on doing around the windows and in this particular area here. And then I should be pretty much good to go. So all that being said, like I said, I'm going to wrap up this particular video here so I can get it out to you soon. Again, I'm not too sure about the denim, but I have it, so I'm going to use it. And if I had it to do over again and know what I knew now, I would probably not choose to do it specifically because of all that fine dust. You might have it with other stuff, I don't know. If you do, please let me know in the comments. So anyhow, I feel like I've actually accomplished something today, and that is a good feeling since I haven't been able to work in it for so long because of the heat. And after I get those walls done insulating, I'm going to put up a temporary wall for now, just so I can get it going. I need to install a shore power plug, and I need to talk to somebody about where the best spot would be to do that. So if I have to tear some of the insulation out to do that, that's fine with me. No big deal. I just don't want to have to tear down a permanent wall. And in the way of temporary walls, it's the stuff that came with a van, like this wall is. And that's going to be just like this for a while until I get the stuff that I want as my permanent walls. But at least when I go traveling in a month from now, I hope to have a bed in here. And if that's all I have in here, I'm fine. I mean, I'll have my other stuff that I take traveling with me, but I just want a bed built. I know I could throw a mattress on the floor, or I could put my cot back in here, but I want my bed. Oh, quit whining. Anyhow, thank you for watching. Hi guys. I'm sorry, I lied to you yesterday. I told you that I was wrapping up the video, and here I am again. But I promise you this time I am going to wrap it up. I just thought that now that I've got the insulation pretty much done, that I will go through that and wrap it up for good. I look like a coal miner's daughter, or maybe the coal miner himself. I am just covered with this denim dust, but I have here, I have it all done. I've got that final panel in the ceiling done. Set it back here a little bit. I don't need it zoomed in that far. Got these lights down. Oh, they were a pain. Every time I turned or opened a door or touched a door, they would come on, and I do not like glaring overhead lights. So I got it figured how to get them out of there. It's really not that hard. But I do have to get the wiring harnesses down, and that's going to take somebody who's a little bit stronger than me to tug on them. And really hoping my son will do this, because then we'll have to get behind this panel to get it unplugged to wherever it goes, wherever it goes. The lights in the back are out. The wires are just hanging down. So I know I'll have some little bits of insulation here and there that I need to finish up. So anyhow, that is one big project completed. Well, mostly completed. I'm not going to say completed. But it is accomplished. And I am now going to go in and feed my supervisor. She's patiently waiting for her lunch. So I hope to get this video out to you soon. In the meantime, I want to thank you for watching and following along with my van build. I appreciate all of my subscribers, and if you're not subscribed yet, please be sure to do so to help out my channel. So thank you again for watching, and I will catch you down the road.